The Braxton sisters are back. Yes, they are. It's no longer Braxton Family Values. It is now the Braxtons. Okay. Um, Feeling all kinds of things, right? All kind of emotions. But overall, I am really glad that they are back on television. I'm a fan. When I'm not busy, I definitely catch up on old episodes of the Braxtons. And yeah, so let's just get into it and talk about the girls. Okay. Um, so the first thing we want to do is send our condolences to the Braxton family and to all anybody who was a part of Traci Braxton's life. Um, who actually knew her personally and stuff. So much condolences to her. Traci Braxton was a lot of our faves. We connected to her a lot. Every family has a Traci Braxton. And I am the Traci Braxton, so to speak. And if you watch in certain ways and certain times with certain family members, and if you know what I'm talking about, if you have been watching the show since the beginning. It's a lot. The girls have not been on the Braxton Family Value. They have not been on a part of TVs for 3 years. And so it's just a lot that's been going on. We can give it the light stuff first. Toni and Birdman is no longer together. I never believed that relationship anyway. Let me see. Tamar, she's still with that dude, but then I also heard that she's not right now. She's not with what's his name? Jeremy, I think. She's not with him, apparently. So I mean, Trina and Vaughn, they have their own YouTube channel. They're doing their thing on YouTube. I watch their YouTube channel. Towanda and Sean, they're still together. They have their YouTube channel. I think King Ladybug. I think Towanda also has a skincare line. And speaking of Towanda, we also found out that she has alopecia. She's known for years that she's had it, but I guess she just wasn't technically diagnosed until however long ago. But she looks great with bald head, Towanda. She looks great with no hair. She has beautiful bone structure. She's stunning. It takes, to rock no hair, it takes guts. You got to have a certain kind of situation going on, and Towanda definitely has that situation. I don't want her to ever go back to wearing wigs, but I always saw that when I saw her bone structure. I was just like, she should be bald. But I understand being bald is a lot, and I'm not a woman, so it means more, so to speak. Let me see. Trina, she feels like the ladies are not as close as they once was. People handle grief differently. And I think that the ladies separated instead of coming together once Traci passed. And it's a lot. It's a lot of grief that has been going on. Maybe some guilt as well. Once again, if you've watched the show for the 7 years it was on, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get all deep into it and whatever, because it doesn't matter now as much. But we all saw what we saw, and we all was there when we was watching it. I watched Trina and Vaughn and Towanda and Sean. I love how all that rhymes. They were on Instagram, and they was talking about, I didn't know Trina and Towanda was Traci's caretakers, as well as I think one of Traci's friend and stuff. And, what a process to go through. I'm my mom's caretaker. But, it's a different thing knowing the cancer and all that. And, it's a lot to see a person that's your age and stuff, and to see them go through that is really challenging. I can only imagine how they feel as siblings, So yeah. What else was going on? Toni has a stent in her heart. They told her that she probably won't be able to perform again. And they told her, God forbid, if she was to ever have a heart attack, more than likely she wouldn't make it, which is a very tough thing to hear. praying for Toni every day, praying for the entire Braxton family. Toni is a trooper. She's a fighter. She's going to be all right. She really is. And she looks fantastic. Everybody looks good, to be honest. Let me see. What else is going on? They talk about dealing with, but they talk about Lil Kevin. Apparently, Lil Kevin is going through a divorce, or kind of going through a divorce. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them having Lil Kevin as a storyline, but it's real life, And if Traci was here, that would probably be a part of her storyline. And he's grown now, so I'm sure he agreed to it. So it's fine, I guess. Whatever. But Trina and Towanda, they did a FaceTime with Lil Kevin, and he said that they wasn't going through divorce. I'm sure him losing his mom as the only child has really taken effect on him. And you know how men are. You know how we are. We don't really express our feelings, and we always want to appear tough and have to be tough because of the world and yada to the yada. But that's a lot to take. I'm my mom's only child. So I definitely understand that love. That's a deep connection right there. And apparently he's not close to the father either, according to Trina. I don't want this. I definitely don't want. That's their nephew and whatever. But I don't want the sisters to talk about Traci's husband because of the tension that was there. That's always been there for years, apparently. And it just don't look right to discuss Kevin Sr. On this show. And y'all know everything that went down with Traci's passing and the different memorials that was happening, different funerals. And I don't think the sisters came to the funeral that Kevin held for his wife. And y'all know it was like controversy and mess with that. So I was just, the show is filmed, whatever. We'll see what happens. But if I was them, I wouldn't speak on that. Because at the end of the day, that's their nephew's father. And so, we don't know all the ins and outs. So we don't know all the stuff that happened throughout the years. All we know is what we saw. And so, yeah, but it's just, it'll get too messy. I just wouldn't bother, but they're going to do what they want to do. What else is going on? So, Trina, she arranges for a grief counselor to come. It's a lady that she's been knowing for a while. She helped her out and guided her when she needed help with Gabe's passing. I didn't know Gabe was 43 when he passed, Trina's ex-husband. That's really young and stuff and really unfortunate. Rest in peace to Gabe Solis. I think that was his last name. So yeah, the lady came in and she wanted Trina to go first since Trina know her, and Trina was the one that brought the girls together, but Trina didn't want to go first. I didn't know until the mama said it that Trina saw Traci apparently take her last breath and stuff. I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. Ooh, I child can only imagine. And it seemed like, at least from what we saw, that throughout the year, as the years of Braxton Family Values went by, the later years, it seemed like Trina and Traci was the closest. In terms of who was the closest to Traci, it seemed like it was Trina. That's what I'm trying to say. But I could be wrong. With big families and siblings, it fluctuates. Sometimes you're closer to these siblings these months. Next year, you talk to this one more. It just, whatever. But it just seemed like Tree and Trey was the closest. And I will never forget that scene when they was going to Tamar's house. It was going to surprise Tamar. And Trina and Traci, they got their tour bus and they hired their stripper, and they was on the bus cutting up. That was the funniest. That was one of the funniest episodes of Braxton Family Values. I hollered when who legs did he put up? Trina legs on the thing. It was just so funny. It was so funny. But anyway, yeah. So the lady came in. Trina didn't want to go. I think emotionally, it's probably hurting Trina the most. Or at least she just probably have tucked away her feelings. Because sometimes you have to, regardless of what's going on in life, good or bad, you still got to go through life. You still just got to go through your everyday whatever. So we all have to be strong to a certain extent, even when we don't feel like it. So I can imagine she's probably just tucked those feelings away. So I mean, we'll see what happens next episode. They're coming on Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WeTV. So we'll see what it gives. But the lady is definitely ready to talk. But are the Braxton sisters? Don't know. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at Iskinsel on Instagram and Twitter. At Iskinsel89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App, PayPal, and TikTok. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black. Stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later.